Hey everybody, I'm here today to tell you and show you how to brake in the snow. Believe it or not, as soon as it starts to snow, the number of accidents goes up. It goes way up, and that's because people generally don't know how to drive as well in the snow as they do on dry pavement, and they especially don't know how to brake effectively in the snow. I'm going to be going over 6 simple things that will help show you and help you understand how to effectively brake in the snow. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. Number 1 is to brake slowly. Now that means you want to try and not you want to try and brake in a slow manner. You don't want to really just slam on those brakes. You don't want to go quickly on the brake. You want to brake slowly. And that means give yourself more than enough braking distance. Don't wait until the last possible second to start braking. Give yourself more than enough braking distance. So start braking early. That's basically the gist of the first part. Number 2 is you want a consistent amount of force on the pedal. Now, when you're braking in the snow, the risk of getting into an accident, whether it's you rear-ending someone in front of you or you getting rear-ended from behind you, goes way up. Now, a way to avoid that is to have a consistent amount of force on the pedal. With your foot, you want to figure out how much you need to brake. And let's say this is the starting of the brake pedal position. This is where you need to get it to. You want to consistently go there and then hold it there. You don't want to be going like this with the brake pedal. You want to consistently get to the amount that you need and hold it there. So have a consistent amount of force on the brake pedal. The third thing with regards to braking in the snow is avoid slamming on the brakes. Now here's what it comes down to. If you have to slam on the brakes to avoid an accident, slam on those brakes. It's better that you brake hard and avoid an accident if possible. However, if you're estimating your braking distance properly, then you should be able to not have to slam on the brakes. So try to avoid slamming on the brakes, because if you slam on the brakes, your ABS might kick in, you'll still have some control, but you're at risk of getting into an accident, because when you're pressing full force on the brake pedal, there's not much deeper that you can dig with that pedal. So if you're slamming on the brakes, you're kind of just leaving it in the hands of hopes and dreams, because for lack of a better term, simply because you can't push the pedal any harder when you're slamming on it. Okay? The fourth thing to keep in mind with regards to braking in the snow effectively is keep 2 hands on the wheel. If you're driving a manual car, I understand if you have to shift through the gears and you have 1 hand on the wheel, but you should be driving with 2 hands on the wheel as often as possible, simply because it's going to give you more control over the steering and more control over the car in general, and you're going to need that when you're braking in the snow. So keep 2 hands on the wheel. It's as simple as that. The fifth thing to keep in mind is to brake early. You really, really want to brake earlier. That means, on dry pavement, you're going to know when you would regularly start to press the brakes. Now, when it's snowing, you want to brake much earlier than that. So figure out as you're driving, figure out when you would regularly press the brakes, and then just brake earlier than that. So brake well in advance, because it's better that you come to a stop earlier than you come to a stop later. If you come to a stop too late, that means you're rear-ending the car in front of you, or you're hitting the car in front of you. If you come to a stop too early, no big deal. You can just move forward if you need to. Last but not least, the 6th factor for braking in the snow safely, effectively, and properly is to increase your following distance. You see, your following distance is basically the distance between your car and the car in front of you. If you're following them too closely, you're going to be at risk for having to slam on your brakes and at risk for rear-ending them. So if you want to brake effectively, you got to give yourself enough space and enough time to brake effectively. Even if you look at a professional driver and you put them in a situation where they're following too closely, it's going to be difficult for them to brake effectively, even if they're a pro driver. So us as regular drivers, even though we're good and we're great, us as regular drivers, we really have to give ourselves more of a distance and more time. So increase that following distance. And that's it. In this video, I've told you how to brake in the snow effectively. I've gone over 6 simple things to keep in mind that will help you brake while driving in the snow. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great car and driving videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.